So tonight's Sunday night, 6:30, and it's snowing like crazy outside. It's supposed to be something like 24 inches. I doubt it, but anyway, you never know. So I just figured I'd make a quick video about how people trade and does it actually ever pay off. That's the one thing you got to look at. How long does it take before you turn the corner and you become a profitable trader? Well, the first thing you want to remember is that to become a profitable trader, you have to look at it and you have to say to yourself, how long am I going to plan on doing this? That's number one. Number two is you got to think to yourself, do you know your math? Do you understand what you're doing? We trade with leverage and we've been doing this a long time. But in all honesty, last month was not a good month for me. It was the first time I've taken a drawdown in almost 5 years. And it was about a $35,000 drawdown. Not a good month in the least. And whatever. It happens. After the run that I had, I became very sloppy, very complacent, and I was taking massive risk. So, at what point does it pay for you to say, okay, fine, am I doing the right thing? Am I making sure that I'm looking at my risk and taking it the right way? So if you're losing, take a look at our video and you'll see it, maybe those are the bad habits that you're doing. And what I mean by bad habits is when you get into a trade, are you looking at that trade for how much you plan on making, number one, or are you looking for trying to hit a home run? I've done this before in the past where I've gotten into a stock, been profitable, but then I'm like, that's not enough. I want to make 2x, 3x, 4x of what my daily goal is. You can't do that if you don't know what your exit's going to be. What you need to do is you need to make sure you go in there and saying, okay, my one-time daily goal is $200. Fine. Once I hit that 200, at that point, I've got to take a lot of that off the table. Now, that's not saying you're going to say, okay, fine, I'm not going to win on that trade anymore. I'm just going to run. You know what? Take 50% off. It's a great trade. Let the other 50 run. Put a stop out at that point at break even. So you'll lock in that $100 profit. Most people can't understand that, and they don't know how to get in and out. But the number one thing I've seen, and I've seen hundreds of traders, we've been trading for over 25 years, and we've seen hundreds and hundreds of traders come and go in our prop firm. And when I say prop firm, it's not the traditional BS prop firm that's out there now. We're talking about an institutional prop firm where you physically go in there and you deal with real money. Not this retail prop nonsense, which is BS in my opinion. It's all bullshit. Anybody who pays to take a quote-unquote exam or to pass a prop retail test is honestly a fool. You're really the numbers just don't add up. But the one thing you've got to do is you've got to have patience, and you've got to set a 6-month, 12-month, 18-month goal. You need a 30-day plan. We tell every one of our traders when they get in there, it's not the money, it's a success ratio. And we call it 40 for 40. And what it means is, can you go 40 days profitable with a minimum of $40 profit? That's nothing. That's 2 months, $1,600. But can you go 40 days profitable? Okay, most of the time you end up doing $150, $200, $300, in that day, $400, whatever it's going to be. But when you start locking in that you have to be profitable, it becomes a different scenario. And that's the one thing that we always look at is 40 for 40. If you can do 40 days in a row profitable, guess what? You're developing great habits and you understand it. That's in the course of 2 months. So next time you're feeling down or something, shoot us an email and we'll send you out our plan for 40 for 40. No obligation whatsoever. And you'll really actually understand what we're talking about, because when you start to actually look at the risk to reward ratio, it's not about the money. You have to take a look and make sure you're not looking for the money. It's about the execution. So, hope everybody has a great time tomorrow trading, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.